Your phone is face down and you still hear it. You reach for it mid-conversation, then pretend you did not. The room is quiet, but your mind is loud. And the strange thing is, Gen Z learned this early. You were raised on screens before you had words, so your attention grew up with an audience. You open an app, close it, reopen it. You type a message, delete it, retype it. You rehearse your laugh before you laugh. You take a photo, then judge your face. What happens to a self that is watched? And who are you when nobody is looking? Someone like Mia scrolls in bed at 2:13 a.m., feeling tired and wired at the same time. Someone like Alex opens a group chat, watches the typing dots, and suddenly forgets how to be normal. This is not about being weak or shallow. It is about what your brain practiced every day. If childhood is rehearsal for adulthood, your rehearsal had notifications, algorithms, and a scoreboard. You did not just consume content, you learned to measure yourself inside it. A like is tiny, but your brain treats it like a receipt that you matter. And when the receipt does not arrive, the silence feels personal. But it gets more complicated because the screen did not just entertain you, it trained your nervous system. Researchers have long shown that variable rewards hook attention because the next hit might be the one. That is why refreshing feels automatic, like knocking on a door that sometimes opens. Boredom used to be empty space. Now it can feel like a problem you should solve immediately. Your brain learned, if you feel weird, check something. The pattern has a name in this video, because you can feel it everywhere. I call it the mirror pocket. The mirror pocket turns ordinary moments into performances, then asks you to grade yourself for them. You start scanning your own face in real time. A joke lands and you instantly review how you delivered it. In many cases, this is social learning on fast forward because you are constantly watching people watch each other. The brain loves shortcuts, so it starts predicting judgment before it happens, just to stay ahead. Here is the thing. The mirror pocket can make you feel lonelier in a crowded room. Because you are not just with people, you are also with the version of you they might be seeing. A study on self-focus and social anxiety has found that the more you monitor yourself, the less present you feel with others. Not quite. The surprising part is that this pattern often began as protection, not vanity. When the social world lives in your pocket, your brain learns to minimize risk by editing you. Editing works online because you can rewrite, crop, filter, and delay. Offline editing becomes hesitation, and hesitation becomes a personality you did not choose. Mia tells herself she is just relaxing, but she keeps shifting apps like she is searching for the right temperature. Alex wants to text back, but he reads his draft like it is a contract. This is where the mirror pocket quietly steals your rest. Think about the last time you tried to do nothing and your hand reached for your phone like it was a reflex. That is not a moral failure. It is a habit loop your brain built to manage discomfort fast. The cue is a tiny unease. The routine is checking and the reward is relief, even if it lasts 8 seconds. Over time, your brain starts fearing the cue itself because it predicts the itch that demands a screen. So you check earlier and earlier before the itch even fully forms. And then you wonder why you cannot focus on a movie, a book, or a person without splitting in half. Half of you is here, and half of you is listening for the next ping. No, it is not that Gen Z cannot pay attention. It is that attention got trained to expect constant novelty and feedback. When feedback is constant, your sense of self can start feeling like it needs constant updating too. That is why quiet can feel like falling behind. Even when nothing is happening, it can also make identity feel slippery because online you can try on versions of yourself at high speed. Trying on selves is normal, but doing it under a spotlight can make you distrust whichever version is not being applauded. So you might feel digitally fluent and emotionally unsure in the same breath, and this is where it gets strange. The more connected you are, the more you can fear being truly known. Because being known means someone sees the unedited you, and the mirror pocket hates that risk. Your brain learned this for a reason, because control used to equal safety. The reframe is not to ditch your phone like it is the enemy. It is to retrain what safe feels like offline. Start small. Give your brain short, repeatable proof that nothing breaks when you are unperforming. That might look like leaving your phone in another room for 10 minutes while you eat and noticing the urge like weather. Or it might look like sending the message without rereading it 5 times and letting your body learn that imperfect is survivable. Mia tries one night with her charger across the room, and the first 5 minutes feel ridiculous, like she forgot a limb. Then she notices a different feeling under the itch, a tiredness she could not hear over the scroll. Alex sends a voice note instead of a polished paragraph. and he hates it for 10 seconds, then realizes his friend laughs anyway. Idle moments like that do not change your personality, they change your prediction system. The mirror pocket shrinks when your brain gathers evidence that presence does not require permission. What is one moment this week when you caught yourself performing for an invisible audience?